Good morning, good morning. Hola, Juan. ¿Qué pasa? Hey, Kevin Raj. How you guys doing? Happy Monday, everyone. What's up, AO? Welcome to the folks joining us on YouTube. What's up, Josh? How's everybody doing? Hope you guys had a good weekend. Good, good. I have a bunch of doctor's appointments lined up this week, next week, the week after. All good, though. Nothing bad. Hope you guys are well. So let's see. What are we doing here? What are we going to do? We are looking at overnight inventory, which is 100% short, believe it or not. The overnight session is 100% short. Now, what that means is that every single trade in the overnight session has been underneath the previous day's close. So Friday's close, right? So if all the trades are underneath Friday's close, we need to see if we're going to get that move up. Now, we already had a nice move up off of our lows. We had a double bottom in the overnight, which was kind of interesting. Cisco went long off of that. I had to run out, so I haven't really traded much this morning at all, unfortunately. And so I'm trying to look and see where the trades will be this afternoon. Let's see. Now, if you just trade my balance zones back and forth, you'll be all right. Let's see here. So overnight inventory is 100% short. The overnight high doesn't even transact at the previous day's close. So we have a poor low here. And you could tell the bid was down here at 68.67. Then it moved here to 68.84. Then it moved here up to that 68, close to 90. We'll go double check on the next chart. So the bid has moved up over the last couple of hours. Now, this area here at 13 are where a bunch of people are going to have their stops. If we take out 69.13, we're going to look for the market to go up to the close. Hey, Simple Trades, good morning. I mean, good evening. Got people all over the world, so got to make sure I get the right time zone. Hey, Moran, how are you? So let's go take a look and see what's cooking here. Okay, we had single prints to the downside. We filled those. Let me just go clean up my chart. Hey, Luis, thank you. Gracias. And where did we take the overnight point of control? We moved it up from 68.75 all the way up here to 6,900. Good distribution. So yeah, there's the overnight high. There's the close on Friday. So our upper stops are just here, just at 69.04, 6.5, 11 3/4, and 14 on the upper stops. Let's go take a look at the balance zones. So this morning I did a balance zone here. And for those of you who are new to this whole concept of balance, I know it's a little weird, okay? But what it is you need to understand that these markets are all about just inventory, you know? They're all about inventory. There's really nothing else. Inventory and order flow, okay? Dealers have inventory, the market has an inventory, and then we get order flow. Order flow comes in, and then the dealers have to react with their inventory, right? So if there's, if there's a bunch of buying, great. If there's no buying, we've got to reduce prices, right, to get rid of our inventory. Make sense, folks? Remember, it's a business, right? It's a business. And our job is to make sure that we price our inventory correctly, right? That's the thing. We've got to price our inventory correctly. Otherwise, we're ending up trying to sell inventory that's not well priced, and that is a problem because nobody wants to buy it, right? Very important. All right, so let's see. What are we looking at here? Oof. Where are our sellers? Got sellers up here. Why does backfilling happen? Distribution. And of course, it's not going to make sense to people unless they've ever distributed something, right? This is the hardest concept for retail traders to understand is the backfill. Because a lot of people will think, oh my God, the backfill is a huge sell order. Market's crashing. And then they get short and then it rips up on them. Sound familiar? Happens to everybody, right? All that means is when the market goes down, right? When that market goes down, it is looking for buyers, right? Backfilling happens because you run out of buyers at a certain price, right? And you want to get rid of your product, right? Make sense? Pretend you're selling a sizable quantity of something, right? Pretend you're selling like 500 contracts. Right? If you pretend you're selling 500 contracts, you can't sell them just anywhere, right? You have to sell them where the buyers are, right? So if you're selling like right now, if you were selling and you came up to, this is a good question. If you were selling and you see how the offer is moving lower, right? They sold here, they sold here, they sold here. Now let's see if you get price competition, you're going to have to lower the offer to get rid of supply until you find a big buyer, and then you'll move price up to see if that big buyer will chase price higher. Right? We're always trying to figure out where the buyers are going to step in and where to price our inventory, if that makes sense. Right? We're in the business of selling size. That's what the business is. You guys aren't selling size. You're selling, you're buying and selling a couple of contracts here and there, and that's fine. But you got to realize that the large traders are doing business with size. Once you understand that, you're going to have a much better understanding of how this all works. Right? Backfilling is key for distribution. Right? Our job is to distribute. That's what size traders do. We distribute product. Don't worry, it'll all make sense. Just stay with me every day. We'll get you there. We'll get you there. A little bit of buying. Now, I warned you guys that inventory was 100% short, so we are looking for an up move. Right? We already took one stop. No, you don't need bookmap for reading it. You know what you need to read order flow, Louise? You need this. Look. You see this? Yeah, those people don't know what they're talking about, and they couldn't read bookmap if their life depended on it, unfortunately. See, what we're doing is we're taking the time in sales, right? We're taking this, and we're putting it on a chart. So all you have to do is you know now that there are sellers here. So let me tell you real simple. This is the front end of the move. This is the back end of the move. Front end of the move, back end of the move. Very simple, guys. And if you guys want to learn how to do this, I know I'm going on and on about our trading room, but you're only going to learn so much watching YouTube videos. If you come into our trading room, it's only $19, right? It's the cheapest trading room out there, right? You don't break profile apart to see the neighborhood. You use the candle chart. If you're looking at my screen, don't you guys ever wonder why I have this and this right next to each other? So this takes you and puts you right into the neighborhood. See, very simple. Right? It's impossible to trade off of market profile when the ranges are really big. Right? In 2016, 2017, it was a lot easier because the ranges were smaller. But all you guys have to do is to be able to focus and concentrate on a candle chart. A candle chart, if you're day trading, tells you, well, like, let's see, what does it tell you? The sellers are here, then they move down here, then they move down here. So what's the practical use? So say I was short 69.05, had my stop at 6, right? I got to go put some buy orders down here at 3 and 2.5 and see if I get covered. Because if I don't get covered, the market's going to rotate up, right? Watch the offer, the red line. You don't need Bookmap. Bookmap is the biggest scam ever out there. You guys, all this order flow software, all they're trying to do is they're trying to get your money. How do you think people traded 200 years ago before computers were invented? Do you guys ever try and think about that in a common sense method? Right? Ignore those people on Twitter. They don't know what they're talking about unless they've been an institutional trader. Right? And even then, careful, because a lot of those guys, they have unrealistic trading methods. Right? You have to trade your level of skill. And the best way to develop your skill is to learn how to read a 1-minute candle chart. Because I'm telling you, ask the guys in my room. Ask my guys who make 4 or 5 grand a day. Right? They'll tell you. It's not rocket science. So this is the back end of the move, right? This is the front end of the move. Now we're putting price on sale. So if you were short, you know that there's a seller here. They move down here. They move down here. They move down here. As long as those sellers keep moving down, you're okay and you're short. But you want to put buy orders here. So if those buy orders get filled, great, you can stay short. If those buy orders do not get filled, go grab the offer and get the hell out of the trade. Take your money. You guys understand that? Does this make sense? Sorry. So if you don't know how to do the balance zones, like somebody's asking me, he's probably not on here, right? You need to just keep doing them over and over and over and over and over and over again. Exactly. I agree. You will be surprised at how much information you can get from a 1-minute candle chart. It'll blow your mind, literally. Oh, I don't know if it's going to be that interesting, AO. It's an inside day, right? Hey, look, man, marketing is good, Luis, right? Marketing it's beautiful. I don't mind them trying to make money off of you, right? But at one point in your life, you're going to have to understand that this is a business and you're going to have to use some common sense. So what we do at the Trading Syndicate is we teach people, regular people, how to make money. So, okay, so we're short 69.05, 69.04 half. We got your stop here, right? Because that's where your seller is. The candle tops are moving lower. The top of the candles are where the large sellers initiate and push price down. So if I was short at 5 or 4.5, I'd go and put 2.5 bids in. Then I'd put some bids down here, right? And I'd cover as the market goes down. So what's your first step? short. Second step, stop. Then you go put your buy orders in, so when the market goes down, it hits you. Your buy orders will tell you whether the trade is working. So if you're short 94, 94 and a half, and you can't buy a single crappy contract at 93, you're going to have to pay up or wait. But if the candles start taking out these highs, then you know the seller has seen buyers and is raising price. It's very simple. It's so simple that people cannot believe it's that simple. And there is, you know, and therein lies the rub. Because people think it's so simple, right, that it can't be that simple. But you guys have to understand that people have been trading long before any of you have been born, long before I was even born. And how did they trade? Well, they had a level, and when the market came above and tested that level, that's where they'd go long, and they'd put their stop underneath that level. Right? Exactly. It's not easy. You got to practice. Right? You know, our trading room is where you're going to learn how to do business intelligently. We'll teach you. So you're not going to be like, you know, just throwing your money away looking for trades that don't work. Hey, Mike, how you doing? See how the offer is lifting? See the red line? Right? So if the red line gets above 69.04, then the sellers who are long here, who are selling, they put it on sale right back to where they bought it. Ooh, what a concept. Then they started to raise price when they saw buyers come in. That's all you got to look for. Now, what you got to do is you got to train your eye to look for this. Once you know what to look for, then you just train yourself. Oh, okay. Right? You train yourself. Oh, okay. This is what's going on. Oh, I can see it now. Right? And just watch charts. Watch the offer. When that offer is moving up, don't short. When the offer is moving down, there's your short. Right? It's really not that complicated. It's difficult because it takes skill and you need to know your software really well, right? And you need to be able to make intelligent decisions and not get emotional. Yeah, it takes a little bit of time, right? We'll get you there. Oh, let's see. Trying to get rid of as much inventory as we can here, huh? Oh. Well, no, when you put, like, if you're shorting, if you were short here, your stop would be here, right? Your lookout bids are your fills. Let's see. Now, 4 times cost basis is 69.11 and a quarter. Is there a single print? Where's the single print, Raj? I don't see a single print. Sorry, brother. I'm missing something, obviously. Thursday week? There's Friday. There's Thursday. Brother, I don't know what you're talking about. Are you on the iPad again? Oh, the single print's up here. Okay, that's from the 12th. Okay, okay, cool, cool. I was like, Thursday? Yeah, sorry, sorry. You forgive me, I've got a little bit of weekend brain too, you know. Hey, what's up, Chadwick? All right, we're off. We're off. We're off. We're off. Let's see what we got shaking here. Right, if you're long, we're running those stops. You're looking for 20 and a half. There's 20 and a half. And then you're looking for the overnight high. And they should do a little bit of selling before that overnight high. If we don't take out that overnight high, I'm sorry, if we take out the overnight high strong, then you're looking for the close and 26 and a half. Now this is a backfill. We're going to go and backfill this big candle. See? There's the point of control, right where the old one was from Friday, right? So the shorts are coming in here to cover. That's why all this buying is there, right? Now be careful shorting. Watch. I'd wait for the next candle, but if you're short here, your stop is right here. You're short, your stop is 22, right? And then go put some bids down here at 17, 18. Grab a couple of points if you're quick enough. If that offer starts moving higher, watch your whiskers. Watch your whiskers. Right? Hey, Al, what's going on? Now, if we take out that A high and that overnight high, it'll trigger some stops. But so far, we have a nice little liquidation. The next place, if we break the 16s, you're looking for bids at 13 and a half, 14. They sold right at the overnight high. I'm long 21 and 3/4 on 3, selling the 24s, and I am flat. I was thinking of taking a short, then I saw that candle stop out there. I was like, ooh, hit the brakes. Next target will be 29 and a quarter. Now, if we really run out of supply, we're going to go up and tickle the 31 and 3/4 level that Raj was talking about. Right. Once again, we've got the shorts trapped pretty much underneath 6,900. You know, especially here under VWAP. Everybody was shorting this. They don't know what a poor low is. They added here, and now they're like, holy crap. Right? So we've adjusted inventory. We've taken out the close. See, if we hold the close, we're going to rotate up to that 29 area. Oh, goodness. How are the markets doing here? Tesla down 6, Palantir down 6, Microsoft down 5, Nvidia still going sideways, Crab Apple up a couple of pennies here, 89 cents. Not much going on. Coin of bitterness is still trying to find its way. That's 66,183. Here we go. This is going to be choppy. But as long as that offer state keeps lifting. Now, I'm a person who I don't like to take a breakout trade. If I do, I've got to see the flow. I've got to see those bids coming in. And I'll see that by how the offer reacts. If you want to look at a short, a structural short is if we come underneath the overnight high, right? If you get underneath the overnight high, right now we're not. But if we get underneath the overnight high and stay underneath it, like where that white line is, watch. Nope. So there's still some trap shorts under that overnight high. Interesting. I'm waiting to see if they put price on sale, and if they do, then you can take a quick short, but I don't see it just yet. See how it comes to the top right there and stops? I'm telling you folks, you don't need Bookmap, you don't need Bookworm. I'm short 24 and I am got 5 left to cover. Flat at 20 and 3/4. Thank you very much. Goodbye. Done. Oh, is Nvidia earnings on Wednesday? Ah, cool, cool, cool. Yeah, Nvidia is still in this 179 to 196 box. I was trying to I was waiting for it to stick under there, and I saw that offer and that offer lower. So I got in quick, and I put my buy orders in really quick. Now, I practiced that. Oh my God, so many times. It's crazy. I've practiced that. You know, you practice, 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 practice using the DOM, just so you can get your key sequence done properly. Yeah, NVIDIA's been in a range for a while. Now, if we break that 69.18 here, you're looking for bids at 14, 13 and a half, okay? We're going to try and sell as much as we can up here, but eventually you do run out of buying. Symphony trades, what I would do if I were you, my friend, is I would come into our trading room and we'll teach you. It's a bit longer than a conversation. I have a 5-step method. Hey, there's that other stop. I have a 5-step method that I went over this morning. We do the same thing every day, and we'll teach you how to develop a business plan that works. It'll take a little time. But if you're looking for supply, the easy answer is just watch the offer, man. Watch the offer. Watch that red line. When the offer moves up, it means price is going up. When the offer moves down, it means they've got to put it on sale. Think like you work in a store and you got to sell 1,000 oranges. And you bought the oranges at 10 cents and you're selling them at 90 cents. And you sell maybe 300 oranges at 90 cents. And then what happens? You run out of buyers. What are you going to do? Come on, you guys should all know this. A 4-year-old kid would know what to do, what the answer to this. Right? Put it on sale, lower price. Right? Listen, folks, trading should be simple. Right? If you can't explain this to a 4-year-old or a golden retriever, you don't understand what's going on. Right? It's a simple business. Grab a bunch of cheap crap, sell it at a higher price. Right? And if you built your trade execution around that, your life is going to be so much better. Your life is going to be so much better because you're not going to be looking at all this BS stuff that these people are looking at to try and figure out trades. Right? Oh, there's no supply. I'll grab some and put my stop under a certain level. Now let's see if we stay underneath the overnight high. Your first target is around 18. Right? You've got to drop the offer. You've got to lower price because if you don't lower price, somebody else is going to, and they're going to take all your customers. I always tell people that they should go work in a market selling fruit. You'll learn how to trade. Okay, here we go. If you're short under the overnight high and it drops under 17, right, I would put some 16 bids, 15 bids, cover, 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 cover. Boom, there's 14. Thank you very much. Where they took the stops on the way up are where the shorts are trapped, and that's where the bids are going to be. See? What did I tell you? 14. Does everybody understand that concept? When we took that high, anyone who was short underneath it would have averaged up here, and they'd be covering here. That's why if you were short 1920, you go put your buy orders there. Very simple. It's a simple business, my friends. Alrighty. Now let's see if we can hold the low of this 69.06. Here we go. We're going to test it. Boom. Nope. Couldn't hold it. So what happened? We distributed. Then we put it on sale. Right? And we're going to take it all the way down to the overnight cost basis. And if things really get bad and we have to put it on sale, then you're looking for 99, 92, 86. Right? Nice done. Nice work, Josh. Hey, Fatsy, good to have you back. Now, VWAP is at 6,900. How convenient. So do you see what we did, folks? We took this. We sold it up here. We ran out of buyers. And guess where we came back to? Right back there. Now, do you need any kind of fancy software to figure that out? No, you don't. You don't. Right? Nice, simple. Simple life, right? And now we should go down and tickle VWAP. Let's see. A little back and forth. Not much to do right here. Let the large traders work this area out. You always want to let the large traders work out an area like this. I wouldn't be looking for a long right now. Not until we reclaim 69.11. Nice and quiet. Any questions? No? Okay. Stuff, Moran. Okay, past VWAP, let's see. Still have some sellers. Remember, folks, we are going into month end, and this market is rotational, right? We rotate up, we rotate down. You could basically see we're going back and forth. You know, if I go, we're just basically doing this, right? So, no large breakouts yet. I don't see a trade here. We've got buyers just underneath VWAP. If you are short and we can't cover VWAP, watch out. Because if we start taking out those offers here, just at 69.08, we'll rotate back up. Right? It's Monday. Let's see who comes into the zoo. Right? We always need to be aware of, you know, what kind of business is coming in, and really you've gotta pay attention. It's the most important thing. I don't trade chop, especially when it's not at an edge. No point. There we go. little bit of selling. Let's see if we can take out that 6,900. Nice work, Travis. Well done. You're getting it, brother. Nope, not yet. Okay, there's sellers at 5 and underneath 5. It's bid at 2. I gotta say I'm short biased here. But I don't really want to be in a trade until we break VWAP. Maybe 98, 97 down to 92. There's a break of 6,900. There you go. Watch this candle. Oof. That's the problem with shorting under VWAP. Can get really ugly really quick. See, look at that, eh? Bastards. They came in. They found that bid, right? They came in and found that bid right away, right? Boom. Big green candle. Big buy orders, right? I'm long 6902 and a half on 4 E-minis, and I'm flat. Couple of points. I was wanting to short that. And again, what saved me was the same candle formation, where you get that dip, and then the next candle low can't take it out. Looking for 11 and a quarter. Close. We tagged it. I think we got to 11. Now there's going to be sellers just here, so you know. And then the next seller up will be up there. So now we're backfilling. Yeah, you're right, Moran. They came right in there at 98. Back down to VWAP. Just as quickly as we went up, we came right back down. Would I take that same trade again now? No. Good rotations in this market. You're right, Travis. Good rotations. You guys are all quiet. Now let's see if we can take out that bottom of that red candle. Hmm. It'll happen. You know, you get a little FOMO on Monday morning. Just don't make it a habit. You know, you're allowed to make mistakes. Right? It's gonna happen. All right. Can we get down underneath 69, 68.93 now? That's cool, Luis. Just checking. Just checking. All right. Finally, looks like we got a bit of a sale. Finally got some selling here. Slow, isn't it? You ever notice that, you know, when a market goes down, it's got a lot of short positions underneath. It doesn't go down really quickly, because so many people are trying to buy and cover. Right? That's why you get that chop on the way down. There you go, Hex. Let's see if that happens for you. There we go. There's 92. Right where we said. They would come into that stop. See if we can get a push lower now. If we take out 92, we're looking for 86. If you were long 92 hex, you should be selling into this. There's going to be a seller up here at 96, 97. Just so you know. Well, that's okay. It'll always be the next trade. Not the end of the world. Too many bids. Too many bids to get any lower. And right back down. Bit of a boring session now, eh? That's okay. There'll be other trades, Hex. Don't worry about it. Just relax. Wait for the next setup. Okay. How do you use this information to enter a trade? What I like to do is I like to take the trade when it goes underneath from one color, comes back up into the other. You know the sell orders are done. You go long, you put your stop here, and you sell into strength. Very simple. Looking for, what did I say, 82? Oh, we got to 82 and a quarter. Close. You know, once the shorts cover, it kind of weakens the market, right? There it is. If we break that 82, we're looking for 78, and then all the way back down. So I don't know. Hi, hello, 999. Welcome to our stream. What I do is I have a 5-step method. If you come into our trading room, it's pretty simple. We do the same thing and we stock the same trades every day. Oh, there's 78. Oof. Sellers at 84. I don't like trading in the middle of these zones. So what I do is if it comes back up over 87, then maybe look for a long. Right? If it goes 88, 89 offered. But you can see there are sellers here just under 87, right? So if you were shorting that, and if you're a quick trader, you'd be short here. You'd put your stop here, and then go put some buy orders down here. If those buy orders don't get filled, then you scratch your short. Yeah, what I'm looking for this or this right now. So from purple to green, back into purple. Or from green to blue, back into green. For longs. For shorts, I think I missed the short if there is one here. What I'd like to see on a short is a look above 87 and a quarter and then start to sell off lower. All right, so I like to trade at the edges of the zone because that's where I get the best deal. All right, there's a scalp I missed right there. So generally I'll tend to leave this alone. So what that means for me and the way I teach is we don't take like 20 or 30 trades a day. In markets like this, I usually take 3 to 5, not including my test trades. Right? I do test trades using the micro, and there we go. Looking for 75 and a quarter now. Now sometimes you'll get a big short covering candle and it will rip right back up to 81 and I'll miss it. Just take the trades from the edges. That's where you get the best discount. Now remember we had a poor low in the overnight. So there's a lot of buying competition at 67 and a half. I don't know if we'll get down there again. Now if you're a larger trader and you want to build a position, oh geez, see. Let's see if that seller steps in here again at that level. Selling a little lower now. It's almost like a new little balance here, right? Guys in my room, what are you guys doing? You guys awake? Just checking in. Housekeeping. Oh, look at that. Aggressive seller at 83. So if you're wondering, I took a trade here, I took a trade there. Now I'm waiting for a trade at the edge. And that way, one thing, it helps you relax. So you're not freaking out scanning for trades and over trading, right? If you know, I only do business when it does this. And if that fails to happen, I don't do business. That way it keeps you out of bad trades. It keeps you from getting stopped out a bunch, right? And, it keeps you relaxed. So when the real trade comes, you can actually take it instead of being stuck. So I'm looking for 75 and a quarter now on the downside, and I'll look below and fail of that. Not just yet. How do you trade weekend trading brain fog? Well, my method takes care of that, right? You do test trades using the micro, and if those test trades don't work, you stop trading. So I like to take 1 or 2, sometimes 3 trades, and if I'm not doing well, right? There's the look below. Let's see if it fails. Wait for the next candle. Right, now if that next candle you go long, right, I'm long 76. I'm offered at 77 and 3/4 and 78, and I'm flat. Now why did I sell it there? Because I kind of knew there was going to be a seller there. So 76 to 78, small trade. Right, now let's see if it holds. If you have more contracts, put your sell orders out. See if it holds 75 and a quarter. Wait for the next candle now. So I just took a quick scalp off that. How do I deal with brain fog is I will do test trades, Nathan. And if I lose like $20 or $30, I don't need to lose $300 to know I'm not trading well. Wait for the next candle. Boom. Let's see what happens in the next candle. The next candle is going to come down. If that next candle can't get under 75 and a quarter, you'll see the offer start to lift. There you go. So, you take the same trade again. But you know that there are sellers at 78, right? You know there's sellers at 78. So that's how you manage your expectations. Yeah, if I'm building a position here, that is my out, right? I'd be going long between 75 and 78, right? So let's say I built a position here. If this candle, I'll wait till this candle comes down and tests, because I don't want to build a position. So if I'm building a position, I'll wait for the next candle to open. Give it some time. Watch the top of this candle. See, no sense building a position now. We're going to go lower, come back up. Go lower, come back up. See, the sellers have now stepped down under 77, so no reason to go long just yet. Give it some time. You know when building a position is really great, 999, is during Globex, because it's a little slower. So say you're buying a little bit here. You buy 5, 10, 15 contracts here. If it starts taking out the 75s, you cut size. Now, if I'm long 77, I would have already been out 3 or 4 or 5 of those contracts at 78, 77 and 3/4. Right? But if you're building a position here, you've got to have your offers out, and you can't fall asleep at the switch. Because if you're one of those traders who freezes when things go wrong, you have to train yourself. Right? I don't like the way this is looking now. Let's see. So if I'm long 76, 77, I'm selling the 78s, I'm selling the 79s. I've got offers all in the book because it's FIFO, right? Point of control moved down to 77. So if I was long 76 on 5 to 10 contracts, I'd be out by now. Right? And if you want to hold runners, if you've got a larger account and you can absorb larger business expenses, maybe look for 80. But you can tell that there's sellers here, right? The market told you for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes that there's sellers at 79. So you're buying the 76s, you're selling the 79s, and your out is right under 75 there. Does that make sense? But you got to practice that. Right? And if you're building a position and it starts going lower and takes out your warning levels, you can't keep adding to the position. You've got to start cutting contracts. And if you have a small account, that is not the trade for you. Like traders who have a $2,000 account should not be building positions. They should be scalping so they can get their skill level up. Right? If you can't scalp, you can't build a position because you don't think and act quickly enough. Scalping helps you train your reflexes. Once you train your reflexes, then things start getting much better. But you got to sell. You can't be like, oh, I'm going to hold it. Right? Now, if you're doing it again, if you're long 76, 77, sell the 78, 79s. Take profits. right? Because that's what large traders do. They build positions, but they don't hold on to them forever, not unless you've got a lot of capital and a lot of skill. Hope that makes sense. And if you come into our trading room, I have videos on how to do it. But don't build a position until you identify where the sellers are stepping in and where they stop selling. Otherwise, you are not going to be competitive. Right? The worst thing is when you have inventory and you think it's worth so much and everybody else is just selling it cheap. There you go, folks. There's that 81. So what you're doing is you're building a net long. You're using these candles as your out, as your warning level, and then I'd be using 75 and a quarter as my out. But if I was long 76, 77 on 10 contracts, I'd be gone by now. Does that make sense, 999? Because that's exactly what the wholesalers did. They built a position and now they're selling it. If you don't think they're selling it, try going long right here at the top. Hope that makes sense. So in our trading room at Trading Syndicate, we only charge $19. We teach normal, regular people how to trade. Real people, real money. No, you can use this method for trading stocks, currencies, whatever you want. Whatever you want to trade, we'll teach you how to trade. All trading is the same. It's just inventory and order flow. Order flow is a fancy way of saying customers. Right? Markets are all the same. They're all run by short-term dealers who have size inventory. Right? So if you come into our trading room, like we've got like 400 videos on YouTube, and then we've got hundreds of videos in the room. I also do one-on-one lifetime mentoring. The highs are getting lower and the lows are getting higher at the same time. Let's see if those 76 bids are still there. I'm curious to see if we can take out the overnight low. Because I want to see if those big bids that were there in the middle of the night, if they're still there in the daytime. One thing, ladies and gentlemen, is do not take this market for granted at all. Right? The look below and fail trade works. Like we did a beautiful look below trade and fail on the video when it went under 180. We bought the 180s, put our stop under 179, and sold into the strength. Beautiful for a swing trade on a couple of days. This is another one, 179 all the way up to 186. Beautiful swings, right? It's the same thing. It's the same concept. We use it all the time. Works like a charm, right? Look below and fail. Those trades work really, really nicely. The look below and fail, if you're wondering, you've never heard of it because nobody uses that term, right? Some people call it the catcher's mitt, but the look below and fail is based on the oldest business principle known to man. And what is that? When supply runs out, price goes up. Sell orders will take the market underneath a level, like here. When those sell orders are completed, the market will come back up. That's when you buy it. You put your stop here, and you sell into strength, right? Now, it sounds easy. The execution is going to take some time and effort. Don't kid yourself, right? Execution is, it's a lifelong thing. And then markets change, and you have to adapt your execution. So always remember that. And we'll help you with that. So, if you're just a real person who wants to learn how to make some extra money, you want to learn how to stop losing money, right? If you want to learn how to stop blowing up accounts and having FOMO trade, and you want to actually learn how to do business like a proper business person, come into our room. I promise you in a month, if you spend $19, like just maybe don't go to McDonald's today, right? Take that 20 bucks that you were going to go to McDonald's instead of polluting your body with crap. Come into our trading group, right? And I promise you will learn more in a month with me than you will 10 years anywhere else. Because I've been making markets for 3 decades. I've been distributing millions and millions and billions of shares of stock for insiders. That's what I do. Create charts and teach you guys how to make a buck, right? Smart risk management. None of this overcomplicated crap, right? We tell you the business reason for the trade, the business reason to stay in it, the business reason to get out. Right? If you're in a trading room and you ask the guy, what is the business reason for this trade, and they can't tell you, that's a big red flag. NVIDIA? Hang on. So the market came underneath from the blue to the purple, right? When it came into the blue, we take the trade here at 180, put our stop here at 179, 178, sell a little bit at 186, sell a little bit at 190. Does that make sense? So it goes from blue to purple, black into blue. So you go long when those sell orders that took it underneath 179 are complete. Your risk is here because if you buy stock at $180 a share and that stock gets offered at 179, 178, then the inventory that you own is mispriced and you better get out. Does that make sense? Right? So there are sell orders that take the market underneath a level. Those sell orders will complete. Once they are completed, the market will rotate back up looking for supply, as markets do. That's where you go long, that's where you put your stop, and you sell into the middle of the zone and at the top of this candle. Right? I drew this balance zone because we were going back and forth in this zone since October. Do you see that? So we had look above and fails, look below and fails, look below and fails, look above and fails. It's called a rotation. Not a problem. Good questions. It's okay, Hex. Just trade your setup, man. Don't worry about streaks. You are going to have negative days, right? It's going to happen, right? Just try not to lose too much money when the streak ends. All right, my friends. Thank you so much for being with us. I'm JJ, vwaptrader1 on X, and this is tradingsyndicate.org. Real trades for real people so they can make real money. That's what our focus is. Come join us if you want to learn how to make money and not, we'll help you cut the frustration. We'll get you profitable. Thanks, everyone. Have a wonderful trading day. I will see you later on. Stay out of trouble and don't take candy from strange market makers. Appreciate you guys. See you all tomorrow morning. Bye for now.